Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Agape Talks, the stories. Here is a story of the brave little tailor. Once upon a time, there lived a young tailor. One morning, he was making his breakfast, and around 7 flies landed on his toast. They buzzed and annoyed the tailor until he swung a strong hand and killed them all. He was very proud to have done it. So, he decided to sew the words 7 with 1 hit onto his belt. After that, the tailor thought to himself that killing 7 flies with 1 hit was not an easy task. He believed himself to be capable and strong, so the tailor shop started to feel small for his big plans. He decided to head out into the world. He left the town and went directly to the mountains, where he ran to a giant and started nagging him. He was in a very bad mood and told him to get away and stop bugging him. The giant took a close look at the tailor and saw the sign on his belt. The giant took a stone and crushed it. It was actually an invitation for the tailor to do the same if he can. The wise tailor placed his hand in his pocket and found a piece of cheese in it. He pretended it was a stone, and he told the giant that he will make water come out of the fictional stone. The giant didn't believe him, but when he saw water running out from the stone, he couldn't believe his eyes. The giant was surprised by the tailor's strength, but he still wouldn't acknowledge his defeat. He took a big rock and swung it as high as he could. The rock flew so far away, they didn't even hear it hit the ground. It was Tailor's turn again. He found a dough in his pocket and pretended it was a stone. He threw it, and the giant thought it was a white stone. He thought that the tailor was superior again, but wouldn't accept the defeat. The giant became cranky and angry, so he came up with a new challenge. They came to a massive oak tree, and the giant told the tailor to help him carry the tree. And then only he said he will believe that he has killed 7 flies with 1 hit. The tailor said he would only do it if the giant goes in the front. The giant grabbed the front part of the oak tree, and the tailor sat on the branches and watched the giant carry the oak tree by himself. The giant was struggling while the tailor was whistling and making fun of him. Suddenly, the giant stopped and placed the oak on the ground, and the tailor pretended that he was holding the branches. The giant didn't even suspect that the tailor was playing dirty, and he was amazed by his strength. He decided he had to trick him somehow. It became dark, and the giant told the tailor he can spend the night in his cave. The tailor suspected his intentions were not so good because giants were not well known as hospitable creatures. The giant even offered him his bed to make the tailor feel comfortable. After the giant fell asleep, the tailor snuck out of the bed and hid himself in the corner of the cave. The giant suddenly woke up, grabbed the bed where the tailor was supposed to be sleeping, and threw it down the cliff. He thought that he had finally outsmarted the tailor. The next morning, the giant was in a great mood, and he went to prepare some breakfast. he decided to go to the forest to get a few mushrooms. He looked for them. When he heard a voice calling him, he was incredibly confused when he saw the tailor. The giant started running away, thinking he had gone insane and that everything was only in his head. He thought it was impossible for the tailor to be alive after he threw him down the cliff. While he was running, he yelled to the tailor that he wasn't strong as he is. The tailor laughed and went his own way. And that's the end of the story. The lesson we must take from the story is courage and smartness are very important to get through any difficult situation. Thank you so much for the valuable time you spent on watching this video, and consider subscribing to my channel if this video has done something to you in any way. Don't forget to leave a comment because I value them a lot, as it's going to encourage me in creating a lot of better contents in the future. Thank you. Give only love.